Hawaii at UNLV. This is a game that has a huge amount of weight for each of these teams. Hawaii has been a surprise in the Mountain West this year. UNLV is still 8-2. I think that they are going to be an interesting team to watch the rest of the season, especially in this one. Now, if this game was in Hawaii, I'd feel more confident in the Rainbow Warriors. They actually probably would be favored in this one. But UNLV is a 3-point favorite at home. Now, these are two teams with their exciting aspects of their team, but they're also teams that have flaws that can be exposed. Now, when we're looking at the Hawaii side of things, Micah Alejado has been very fun to watch this year. Over 2,300 yards passing, 18 touchdowns. He has struggled with staying healthy, which is why his numbers aren't better, but he has been a really fun piece to watch in this offense. The passing attack has been as expected. He's played a big role in that, but his wide receivers have stepped up in a big way. Now, we expected certain players to elevate their game, but we also had questions about what kind of transfer impact would we see for this offense, which transfers would step up. Jackson Harris has been phenomenal. 42 catches, 731 yards, 17.4 yards per catch, and 10 touchdowns. You also have seen Brandon White step up. 33 catches, 359 yards, 10.9 yards per catch, and 1 touchdown. Pafeli Ashlock has been the consistent piece that returned from last year. We wondered what kind of impact he could have on this team, and he's second in yards, but he also leads the team in receptions with 58, 633 yards, and 6 touchdowns. This passing attack has been kind of as expected when everybody's been healthy. When Mike Alejado was down for a little bit, Luke Weaver stepped up, and it wasn't the most prolific passing attack, but these wide receivers gave him some options. The rushing attack has been, I think, as expected. I don't think we expected this to be a great rushing attack or one that's going to have a big impact or be featured that much. But Landon Sims has been nice. Same with Cam Barfield. Sims is averaging 4.7 yards per carry. Barfield 5.0. So even though Sims has 487 yards and Barfield has 274, they've been efficient with their carries. And that's kind of the X factor for this offense is the rushing attack. If this rushing attack is going to be good, then they are going to have a good offense. The offense is going to benefit from that tremendously. If they're going to be efficient, they're fine. If they're going to struggle, if they can't get the ball going on the ground, then they have to rely on a passing attack that technically can get the job done. I think that they can still move the ball down the field even when teams know that they're going to pass. Timmy Chang does a great job of bringing a diverse scheme into the game, and I think that they're going to be able to move the ball regardless of the rushing attack. It's just that the rushing attack has been a nice added benefit to this offense. Now, in terms of what they're going against, this defense is going to have their hands full. And when you look at what this team has done so far this year, the teams that they've played, this UNLV offense will be really tough to stop. You beat San Diego State in the last game, but before that, you played San Jose State. That San Jose State offense had explosive weapons, and Hawaii struggled to stop them, gave up 45 points in that game. You've also had other games like Arizona, and that's a very different team, obviously, than UNLV, but that was a 40-6 loss where the offense just was able to do whatever it wanted for Arizona, and Hawaii didn't really have an answer. So if this is going to be a close game, or if Hawaii wants to win this one, they have to find ways to create turnovers. They have to find ways to be disruptive, and certain guys will have to step up. Now, you've seen certain guys that are veterans of this group play to their potential. Peter Manuma, once again, has been the solid leader at safety for this team. You've also seen some linebackers step up that we talked about coming into the season. You've seen defensive linemen play to their potential. Jackie Johnson, his move to the defensive line has been really fun to watch. He's been disruptive. Dejon Benton has been very good. You've seen the secondary kind of benefit from that as well. If that front group is being disruptive, the secondary has benefited from that. So if Hawaii wants to win this one, they're going to have their hands full, and they're going to have to stop an offense that is very good. Averaging 36.6 points per game are the UNLV Rebels, and Dan Mullen is once again showing that he knows how to coach up an offense. Now, once they made the move to Anthony Calandria, it was very clear that he was QB1 for a lot of us heading into the season, and it didn't take long for him to take over as the starting quarterback. Over 2,500 yards with 18 touchdowns to just 6 interceptions as a passer. He's also second on the team in rushing, 101 carries for 512 yards and 7 touchdowns. He is a great dual threat that has been very fun to watch for this offense. And there have been a number of moments where he's made big plays in big moments. Jaden Thomas has been very good, kind of the forgotten player in this offense in a way. And he was a big reason why this team had success early in the year. He was kind of the steady force, the consistent force for this offense. 780 yards. He's still averaging 7.6 yards per carry, has 8 touchdowns. He's also been a factor with the passing attack with 30 catches for 173 yards. The passing attack has been it's needed some time to get going, and that's where Jaden Thomas has been a really nice piece. He got them a little bit of momentum while the wide receivers took over from there. Jaden Bradley is the one familiar face for a lot of these UNLV fans, and he leads the team with 43 catches for 712 yards and 3 touchdowns. You've seen some transfers take over as well, but it's clear that Jaden Bradley is the top guy. So once they got those things sorted out, this offense has really taken off and not hit a different level, but hit its stride. Now, the defense has been the group that struggled the most. And when you look at what UNLV is doing, they're scoring 36.6 points per game, but they're giving up 31. So when they win games, it's because they're just outscoring their opponents. Their defense has not done a great job of giving them much of a cushion. Now, the Colorado State game 2 games ago obviously gave them that. They're coming off a big win over Utah State in this past game, 29-26. But when you look at some of the other scores, it has not been a good year for this defense. New Mexico put up 40 points on them. Boise State put up 56. A win against Air Force, they gave up 48. So this defense is not exactly doing its part. It is not playing a role in helping this team get to where they need to be. And if teams find a way to put up points, they have a great chance of beating this team. And it doesn't take much for them to find explosive plays. And Hawaii is a team that can put up explosive plays at will. So UNLV is going to be in a tough spot if Hawaii finds that momentum and they're able to create those explosive plays. Now, UNLV is a 3-point favorite. I trust Hawaii more than I trust UNLV, but I do have concerns about what Hawaii can do to stop Anthony Calandria. Calandria is a former Power 4 talent that clearly is one of the better players on the field week in and week out, and that's going to be a tough thing for them to stop. But I do trust Hawaii and what they're able to do, and if UNLV finds even a remote sign of improvement defensively, a small step, then they're going to win this game. But I'm going to pick Hawaii to win. I'm going with an upset here. I think that the Rainbow Warriors are playing with a lot more confidence. They're playing with a little bit more consistency, and I trust them to win this game.